Hello, world, beautiful seekers. This is your astrological report for the new moon that's occurring on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I will be doing some Kundalini classes that first day. I'll be starting a Kundalini class at Better Bodies in Memphis, and I'll be subbing noon class at Delta Groove. So definitely, if you're in town in Memphis, Tennessee, come on through to that. And I love that this new moon is on May the 4th be with you. And it's just a really great time to plant some new seeds, especially because we've had so much going on during these other new moons. And we've kind of been there's just been so much going on, really. I mean, Aries season was ridiculous. I need like 2 weeks to go to sleep and that's like kind of the Taurus energy. But when the sun went into Taurus, it was like, oh, we immediately have to deal with Uranus. So that was fun. And Uranus is great because it's elevating us to higher levels of consciousness. So that's great, but Taurus doesn't really like Uranus. It's too it's like lightning, and we don't really know what's going to happen. And yeah, it was just it's a calm time. We have this calm new moon. There's nothing aspecting this new moon, so it's kind of a little bit boring, but we kind of like that, right? Because it's been so much going on. I'm just looking at the charts right now, and we also will have Mars opposing Jupiter. So Mars will be in Gemini, which Mars in Gemini likes to start lots of things. There is a lot of mental energy going on. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do that. Lots of opportunities to start new things. And then you look across the way, and it's opposing Jupiter that's retrograde in Sagittarius. And this is like everything seems like a really good idea. So it's kind of hard to decipher right now. But with Taurus, we do have that energy of picking and choosing what we want to focus on. Scarlett wants to focus on being pet right now, so I'll give her a little pet. But we definitely want to be mindful that everything is going to seem like a good idea right now. So let's just write things down and then kind of winning it down to what are the most important things. And also, there are, how do I say this? There are like the roots of each thing, right? Like one root of something might grow a lot of different trees or a plant. Like we have one seed that is makes all these different plants behind me here. So we can kind of allow ourselves to funnel things down to the root cause, like what we really want to focus on. And that's really good for this particular new moon. So just thinking about what overlaps, what can you kind of be doing simultaneously with other things that are going on. And we also have this south node that's right in between the I thought that the south node was like on top of Saturn, but I guess Saturn is moving along. So it's not right on top of, it's like right kind of in between Saturn and Pluto. So a lot of karmic stuff coming up. And I was writing in one of my posts, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm Yogi Berry, YOGIBARRIE at Yogi Berry, sorry. And yogiberry@me.com if you want to email me for any questions or getting a personal reading. And so we have this, we always think of karma as bad stuff, but sometimes it's really good stuff because we've been holding the fort for so long for other people. We've been holding energy for other people so that they can get where they need to go. So it's not always necessarily a bad thing to say that, like, oh, we've got karmic stuff coming up. Sometimes it's really good. And sometimes you can be like, all right, it's my turn. I get to be at the front of the line. I get to go on this ride. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting from that. Now, of course, if you have been kind of cutting corners and doing things of that sort, then you might have a little bit of a challenging time, and karma might be coming for you and saying like, hey, so remember all that stuff that you were pushing off to the side? Well, now we're going to get a chance to get on that. So I would never think of karma as a bad thing. It's just the action that you put out, and it's also the way that you're thinking, the things that you're attracting into your life. You know your intention when you go through to do something. You know if you're passionate about it. You know if there's like any ulterior motives. No one else can really know that. That's between you and your higher consciousness and your higher being. So, yeah, let's see what else. Anything else important? I really like that this is kind of a boring full moon, or not full moon, sorry, new moon, because we do have so much stuff. And this is such a great time to really plant those seeds of those things that we've been funneling down. Okay, this is what we're going to focus on. I would pick your top three. That's what I would do. And if you can winnie that down to one, then that's even better. So let's just pull some cards. I don't want to make this too long. I've been trying to get better at being a little bit more friendly with our time because we all have things to do, and that's okay. So let's see. We have Mercury will still be in Aries, but on the 6th, I believe it goes into, okay, there's a lot of cards here. So I'm just going to take the two that showed up. I'm not going to go through all of them because these are the two that we're going to focus on. So we have the Knave of Pentacles and the card of Cancer, Chariot. Beautiful cards. So with these cards, we are working on something. We're working on winning our wants down to that one thing. And the Chariot is like, once we've really got it down, once we've really got it to those root things that we are going to focus on, then action. I mean, it's just the movement. It's really just sorting out, because right now our consciousness is, going between so many different things, and it's really hard to focus. So, but once we start getting that focus down, then we will be on the road. We will be hitting, and then we have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So this is Major Arcana and Minor Arcana, or sorry, the Court cards. Major Arcana and the Court cards. The Hierophant has to do with Taurus and leaving, it has to do with tradition. It has to do with coming to your own inner wisdom, that own inner source that you have. And let's see if we can get any clarifications with our Art of Kundalini cards. Working on something, beginning to really work on something. It's like we're working on that chariot, we're working on that vehicle that's going to move us. And once we do, we get so much information from the Hierophant. Embrace yourself entirely. Embrace yourself entirely. You know that you can do this. You know that you can get your... I cut myself off. So we are at Embrace Yourself Entirely. And this is what I see. This is just a clarification for these other cards, because we are working really hard. We are starting to work on something that, or really pay attention to the goals that we want, and really coming down to that root cause. Chariot makes us move faster once we've decided. Well, that was fast. Tarantula, fire element. And this one has to do with like coming to a crossroads and making those decisions that need to be made, and being very forceful with it and saying, okay, this I don't need to worry about, this I need to focus on at this time. And then we have success after that. I'm just curious, what's the bottom of the deck here? Cosmic Egg. So we have a Spirit card at the bottom of the deck. Coming back to ourselves, coming back to this higher consciousness that we all have. So I love you all so much. Sorry I cut myself off there for a second. I think this is going to be a beautiful new moon, um, full of wonderful intentions. And if you really would like to support me, you can subscribe to this channel. You can follow me on Instagram at Yogi Berry, Barrie. And if you have any questions, you can comment below. I will make sure that you hit that little bell so you can see when I post new things. And um, I was gonna do a little thing. One of my favorite things that I did over in India, which really calls to me all the time, when I always think about planting new seeds. And one of the things that I want to start doing is some astrology combined with some yoga for the week. But just for this new moon, you can take your palms together, and the movement will be as you say these words, you're going to bring your arms up overhead, and then arms come out to the side. I don't know if you can see me entirely, but your arms are down here, and then so this is the movement, and then they come back. And so it's almost like we're taking what we have, this cosmic egg that's located in our root chakra. In this case, you can imagine pulling it up from your root chakra, and that's our security, and we're releasing it up to the universe. And so the words are Om Namo Narayanaya. So it'd be Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. So I would do that for like 5 minutes around, let's see, what time is it happening? It's about 5:45 p.m. on Central Time. So adjust your settings or your time accordingly, to just be with this new moon, plant those seeds, focus, and have a wonderful couple weeks. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.